There's not, unfortunately.
Nothing's in there?
No. I think if you go in this building, there is one.
Oh, down here.
Yes. So if you go up the walkway, and then the big doors to the left and the right, and then there should be a bathroom inside the one shot to the
We invite you to rise for the singing of the Star Spangled Banner and lift up your voice and sing.
need a seat. You need one? Did it come back there?
Good afternoon. And well, okay, did you get all of the phones cut off? All of the phones cut off. Okay. Good afternoon and welcome to the middle school closing exercise. Okay, let's start over. Good afternoon and welcome to the middle school closing exercises. How exciting it is to say we've made it to the end of another amazing year. For our 8th graders, it's even harder to believe that they will be moving on to high school. As a parent myself, I know today is often bittersweet. By now, your teenager has probably reached the point where you are willing to let them sleep outside. But today, as we close this chapter of their journey, we can't help but reflect on how quickly they've grown. The first day of school seems like it was just yesterday. I remember vividly how I felt, the anticipation and excitement of a brand new year. There were students and family all over Jonesboro that morning, and everyone looked so eager and ready to begin. As I look out into the audience this afternoon, I can confidently say that the school year did not disappoint. The anticipation grew into new and innovative projects, incredible artwork, service initiatives that connected us to our community, and Global Week trips that expanded our understanding of being citizens of the world. And as much as we wanted to forget the challenges happening outside of MPA's tranquil campus, we often had to face the realities of the world around us. Sometimes those moments scared us, but more often than not, they made us grow. With every change or bump in the road, our community, students, parents, faculty, and staff adjusted quickly and with the MPA way. As we close the 24-25 school year, I would like to take a moment to thank everyone who makes MPA such a special place. To our students, parents, thank you for your support, trust, and engagement this year. To our middle school principal, Mrs. Heather Curran, thank you for your steadfast leadership, your commitment to nurturing and supporting every student, and your dedication to making the middle school experience one of curiosity, growth, and kindness. To our incredible middle school faculty and staff, thank you for consistently modeling the MPA way and creating an environment where students feel inspired, challenged, and cared for. And finally, as this marks my last year at MPA after 29 wonderful years, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to this community. MPA has been more than a school for me. It has been literally a second home, a place of growth, learning, and deep connection. I am profoundly grateful for the students, families, and colleagues who have shaped my journey here. As we say goodbye to this school year, my wish for each of you is a safe and healthy summer filled with moments of anticipation and memories of original and innovative experiences. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Shepherd. I do want to say I wished out loud last week in front of the students that it would be warmer today than it was last week. I said nothing about the wind, so that's not my fault. Good afternoon, families, friends, students, and faculty, and thank you again for joining us for our middle school closing ceremony. Thank you to Ms. Nicole, Mr. Ellis, Ms. Shazi, Ms. Burgess, Ms. Dorsey, and Mr. Wendell for their assistance in preparing today's ceremony. My sincere thanks to our faculty and staff and all of our 8th graders' families who have contributed to getting these young people here today. We are thrilled to get to celebrate an incredible group of young people. As we gather to mark the end of this class's middle school journey, I am filled with a mix of emotions: pride, nostalgia, a little bit of bittersweetness. I make no secret of my deep and abiding love for middle school students, and I have a special fondness for 8th graders, which is probably why I've traveled with them to Washington, D.C. 19 times. All of you have come so far since your first day at MPA, whether that was in pre-K, in 3rd grade, 6th grade, or even for a few of you this year. I am proud to see the remarkable individuals you are becoming. But before we focus our celebration on all of you, I want to recognize someone who's been a constant helper for this class during some of our uncertain times. Each year since the beginning of COVID, we have selected a faculty and staff member to receive the MPA Helper Award. The choice to recognize a helper was based on a Mr. Rogers quote in his televised address following September 11th in 2001. When I was a little boy and something bad happened in the news, my mother would tell me to look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping. This award is a tribute to a person whose dedication, warmth, and leadership have shaped your school experience in ways seen and unseen. Someone who, quite frankly, brings a little bit of Disney magic with her wherever she goes. If you spent any time in this teacher's orbit, you already know that Disney isn't just something she likes, it's a part of how she moves through the world, with optimism, imagination, and just enough pixie dust to make the impossible feel possible. She's the kind of teacher who shows up with the right balance of structure and sparkle, with high expectations tucked into every lesson, and joy layered into every day. She is kind but firm, gentle yet crystal clear, and never too busy to notice when someone needs an encouraging word, an extra dose of patience, or assistance addressing a locker that closely resembles an archaeological dig. Or, as Mary Poppins might say, in every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun, and snap, the job's a game. This particular class is quite lucky because they have had Mrs. Heather Cleveland creating fun and magic for them in the midst of their work since the 5th grade. That means 4 years with her of science labs, field trips, global trips, 4 years of transitions, of tough and tender moments, and 4 years with her witnessing your incredible growth. Because that's what Mrs. Cleveland does. She promotes your growth by making people feel seen, supported, and inspired. And like Mary Poppins, she leaves things better than she found them. So today, with deep appreciation for all she has done for this class and all the ways she makes MPA feel like a magical place, it is my honor to present the 2025 Helper Award to Mrs. Heather Cleveland. So Ethan and Amir are going to help me present you with your things. So in addition to her plaque, we got Mrs. Cleveland a little something for her travels to Disney, a Mary Poppins cosmetics bag. Thank you, Mrs. Cleveland. To a close, as you heard. Mrs. Shepard is retiring this year, and her absence will be felt in ways big and small throughout our community. In my 23 years at Morgan Art Academy, Mrs. Shepard has been a constant. It was the wrong idea to wear my hair down today. She has been a source of warmth, of calm, and strength. Her own love for Disney may rival Mrs. Cleveland's, and but she has also brought a sense of magic and wonder into the everyday life of our school. These closing ceremonies are some of my favorite moments every single year, and Mrs. Shepherd has been right there with me for them each year. In reflecting on her leaving, I couldn't help but think of a day in May 2020 when she and I stood together in the theater with only a videographer filming our 8th grade ceremony, which was going to be virtual. Even in that quiet and stillness, her love for MPA radiated. For the record though, doing these ceremonies in person is much, much better. And now, like the song in Hamilton says, we get to do this one last time, Mrs. Shepherd. Thank you for the joy, the candor, the wisdom, and the grace you've brought to MPA. As our 8th graders step forward into their next chapter, they carry a part of your legacy with them. Simone and Aiden are going to come forward to help present her gift. Mrs. Shepherd, our 8th grade class gives you their sincerest thanks for your leadership, your love for MPA. Back to you, students. As we reflect on your middle school experience, I'm struck by how much growth and transformation has taken place. I know that Mrs. Shepherd and Mrs. Cleveland would agree, this group has heart. With their deep love of all things Disney, they'd also remind you that some of life's most powerful lessons come from the stories we carry with us. The importance of courage, kindness, friendship, being and believing in who you are. Remember to look for the helpers. Better yet, be the helpers. Wherever you go, find the need, step up to make things a little bit better for someone else. Grown-ups who are gathered to join us today, we'd like to thank you for everything you've done to instill your family values in your students. At school, we get a front row seat to pretty tremendous growth, but what we see here on campus pales in comparison to your experience with your own children, watching them grow up right before your very eyes. As is so often shared, my friends, the days are long, but boy oh boy, those years are short. Our students want to dedicate a song to you as we look back at how these 8th graders were once upon a time, the way we were. to our mission to educate the whole child, Morgan Park Academy remains dedicated to an academically rigorous program. Students who earned honor roll for the school year will be recognized. These students earned a GPA of 3.3 over the course of the entire school year, thus qualifying for honor roll. I invite 6th and 7th grade students who are present to please stand when I read your name. Guests, please hold your applause until each grade level has been called. Honor roll for the year for 6th grade. Hassan Borden, Jackson Bowden, Lila Brennan, Reagan Deal, Lacey Henderson, Harlem Holland, Cecilia Schisler, and Cameron Sear. For the year includes Autumn Anderson, Scarlett Babusco, Clayton Harris IV, and Jacob Innes. I'll invite the 8th grade honor roll recipients to come forward when I read your name, and the group will assemble in front of the stage for a group photo. Summer Bell, Nevaeh Blackman, Simone Craig, Ava Crespo, Lillian Granville, Mia Martorena, Alec Murray, Ethan Sanders, Addison Terrell, and Chloe Walker. We good? We're good? Okay. These students finished the year with a GPA over 3.7. I invite 6th and 7th grade students who are present to please stand when I read your name. Guests, please hold your applause until each grade level has been called. For 6th grade high honor roll, wait until you hear this list. Thalia Abdullah, Krista Benny Ellis, Carter Burt, Claire Dates, Tucker Drown, Liam Hamilton, Devorah Hannon, Addison Parker, Frankie Potkiwanecki, Zoe Olguin, Jordana Randall, Kendall Tyler, and Hunter Wilson. Our 7th grade high honor roll recipients are Ava Lacey, Winston Leonard, Sophia McBriggs, and Drew Yelverton. 8th graders, please come forward when I read your name. 8th grade high honor roll for the whole year. Jada Berrien. I guess we're gonna hold our applause till the end. I want to get you out of here before 4, right? Isabella Davis, John Kutsubis, John Nettles, Mackenzie Elimine, Kemja Salik, and Roman Smith. Now, our House Cup. If you were present for any of the rehearsals leading up to today's ceremony, you know I give a fair amount of razzing. I'm a proud member of Malcolm House, and every year I say we're going to win. We did not. Malcolm members, we did really terribly. We gotta get it together. So, this year's scores have been tabulated, and in 5th place, with 3,495 points, Malcolm. In 4th place with 4,875, Withington. In 3rd place with 5,275, Norton. In 2nd place with 6,075, Theodore. Which means Lake has won 6,450 points. Good job. 8th graders are natural leaders simply by virtue of their place in middle school. Beyond this leadership by default, though, some of our 8th graders served this year in formal leadership roles. Students, when I call your names, please rise where you are. You don't need to come forward. Our junior house leaders and student council members for the school year are, we're going to hold applause till the end. Charlie Dates, John Kutsubis, Alec Murray, John Nettles, Mackenzie Elimine, Ethan Sanders, and Roman Smith. Some of you are going to get a good quad workout here going up, down, up, down, up, down. That's okay. Dinner dance committee members, Lillian Granville, Addison Mosley, John Nettles, and Mackenzie Elimine. And our NJHS members, Jada Berrien, Simone Craig, Ava Crespo, Charlie Dates, Isabella Davis, Lillian Granville, John Kutsubis, John Nettles, Mackenzie Elimine, Roman Smith, and Chloe Walker. At this time, I'd like to invite Lacey Henderson to the stage to share her 6th grade reflection.
Hi, I'm Lucy, and my time in 6th grade was amazing. I got to play real volleyball matches and get a medal for winning almost all of our games. I even played basketball games and I had fun. I'm glad that I got some more things this year. My favorite classes were tech, art, music, science, and English. I love tech because I got to do some fun projects and play games. Art was another favorite because I got to do some amazing art and drawing and paintings too. Music was my 2nd favorite because I learned some new things. Science is my 3rd favorite because we got to do some very good projects like the apple pellets in the lab with the starburst. The last one is English. I like English when we did nice projects, learned new things, and read some books that were good. The friends I had made were the best. My other highlights were when I passed my test and got good grades. I almost got to watch more movies I haven't seen before on fun days, and I got to play more. I also really love some of the plays they put on this year for middle school because I got to see them. My first year in middle school was amazing.
Thank you, Lacey. Ms. Eva Black, Arts Department Curriculum Leader, will join us to present the Arts Department Awards recognizing outstanding performance in the visual and performing arts offered at Morgan Park Academy. The 8th grade award for outstanding performance in visual art goes to Mackenzie Elimine. The award for outstanding performance in drama goes to Chloe Walker. And the award for outstanding performance in vocal and instrumental music goes to Charlie Dates. Our Assistant Athletic Director, Mrs. Coakley, will join me now to help present our 8th grade athletic awards. These awards are presented to student athletes who are leaders both on and off the field, consistently demonstrating good sportsmanship, humility, and a positive attitude. They have contributed as much to their teams with their character as they have with their skill on the field or the court. This year's recipients, there are 2, are Amira Jones and Aiden Merrill. Is going to come join me as a Parents Association representative to help present the winner of this year's Parents Association Art Contest. I hope all of you voted. You received an email and we do a blind vote for artwork, and it's a really cool process. I love to do it. We annually select original student art pieces. The winner's artwork from middle school will be professionally framed and become a part of our permanent art collection. In addition, the winner receives a framed copy of their work and a monetary award. This year's winner is 7th grader Kylan Davis. Who I got here under a ruse to help usher. She's coming. Congratulations, Kyla. Mrs. Emily Brown, our science curriculum leader and 8th grade science teacher, will join me to help present the ISTA Award. This award recognizes the 8th grade student who most clearly demonstrates leadership, academic achievement, and interest in the field of science. This year's ISTA Outstanding Science Award goes to Kemja Salih. Congratulations, Kemja. You can go somewhere. Kemja loves having his picture taken. I don't know if you know. Mr. Thaddeus Qualls, our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade math teacher, will join me to help present the 8th grade math award. This recognition is awarded to the 8th grade student who demonstrates interest in mathematics topics and problem solving and dedication to their studies. This year's 8th grade math award goes to Roman Smith. Ms. Burgess, who's not only a teacher and assistant principal, but also our English department curriculum leader, will help present the Young Author Award. Our young author should demonstrate a love of language and writing and display the skill and talent of a budding author or poet. The recipient should demonstrate both writing skill and the ability to make more complex connections with their work. This year's winner is Wage Rahman. I'm pleased to welcome Senora Harris, World Language Department Curriculum Leader, to help present the World Language Awards. Annually, we recognize exceptional performance in the 2 languages taught at MPA. This year's award for Mandarin goes to John Nettles. And the award for Spanish goes to Isabella Davis. I would like to invite Kayla Stevens to come share her reflection of her 7th grade year.
The academic, sports, activities, and friendships that changed me most were math class, basketball, bowling, and meeting new people. In math class, I feel like I learned a lot of new things. Some things were struggle, and other things were really easy. One thing that made my learning easier was the way I was being taught. Having Mr. Pauls as my math teacher has made me want to learn more. This year, basketball really changed me because now I learned to be a better team player and I learned the fundamentals of basketball, which I think has made me a better player overall. In addition, I've had so much fun. We have done a lot of activities, but one that really stood out to me was our go-to trip to St. Louis, Missouri. This trip made me feel more responsible for myself. It was a great experience, and I'm glad we did it. I think that what made me feel more responsible was the fact that we got to stay in our own rooms with other people, and we went to some places that we didn't have to do with teachers. That's what really made it fun. I feel like the friendships that changed me most were the new friends I made this year. In my opinion, friendships are a really important thing to have, but you don't need or have to be friends with everybody. Even some people I'm not close with, I still talk to and connect with. first came to NPA, I was really shy, so I feel like this school helped me come out of my shell. Everyone was so nice and respectful and made me feel very welcome. What also made me love this school was the fact that we have so many choices of sports and clubs. All of my 4 years at NPA have been great, but this year NPA has been especially fun.
Thank you, Kayla. I'm going to be really transparent right now. I have an irrational fear of balloons popping. So if you see me hit the deck, these balloons are not blocking the sun. If you see me hit the deck, that's Mrs. Heather Cleveland, Middle School Director of Global Learning, is here to help present the Global Citizen Award. Due to our school-wide commitment to global focus, all students here will exit with an understanding that global change cannot happen without individual action. The recipient of this award displays passion for travel, for global education, and commitment through action to finding ways to make an impact in the world around them. This year's Global Citizen Award goes to Nene Turner. These awards are given to 2 8th grade students who contribute to the life of the school with their helpful and enthusiastic involvement in activities and have demonstrated reflection and growth in their time in middle school. This year's recipients are William Harris and Addison Terrell. Addison is receiving the book Teen Trailblazers, 30 Fearless Girls Who Changed the World Before They Were 20. And William is receiving Trust the Grind, How World-Class Athletes Got to the Top. Alec Murray will now come to the mic to share his 8th grade reflection.
I've spent all three years in middle school at MPA. Now that I'm in 8th grade, I don't even remember my 6th grade self. That being said, I don't really remember what I did this morning. Since 6th grade, I've grown 9 inches and gained 45 pounds. Now I'm jacked. I like a before and after picture. It's an advertisement for a gym at Venice Beach. In 6th and 7th grade, I was studying French. Now I'm studying Mandarin. So now I can say, where's the library, and this is my passport, in Thule. I played NBA baseball. I played on the NBA baseball team for all 3 years. I played soccer at MPA in 6th and 7th. Now I just play baseball. But now I can say baseball and soccer in both French and Mandarin. When I was in the middle school musical during all 3 years. In 6th grade, the musical was The Addams Family. I played Lurch, the big guy who doesn't talk. All I could do was grunt. For Lurch's monologue, I gave him a backstory that I expressed through the majesty of grunting. I killed. In 7th grade, the musical was The Lion King. I played Pumbaa, the warthog who was the comic relief, along with Timon, the fast-talking meerkat, who's played. The actor who played Timon and I had great comedic chemistry. We ate gummy worms on stage. We killed. In 8th grade, the musical was SpongeBob the Musical. I played Patrick, SpongeBob's dim-witted best friend. While this was a comedic role, it was a lead role. I wore pink socks, a pink beanie, and a tie-dye shirt, a pastel Bermuda shirt, and rubber ducky swim trunks. I killed. Starting 7th grade, I got involved in student council. I've represented my classmates and helped plan and run events like Academy Day. My academic skills have improved tremendously. Since 6th grade, I've become more organized and on top of my learning. I've taken ownership of education. I turn almost everything in on time quickly, make up work if I miss it, and turn in good work. I'm having much more fun now than in 6th grade. During 6th grade, we were at COVID, and we were at the end of COVID, so I was still wearing a mask. which made it harder to communicate with people. Once we stopped wearing masks, I could see people smile again. It made it easier to talk to people and crack jokes. I'm glad the COVID era is behind us. I've also learned to manage with my celiac disease. Celiac disease is an autoimmune disease that makes your body attack itself if you eat gluten. For me, this means I'm sick to my stomach. I have fatigue, and I make frequent trips to the bathroom. I didn't feel well for much of 6th grade, and it made school difficult. Now I've learned to better manage it. I feel pretty well, most of the time, and it hardly gets in the way of school. In my initial plans for this speech, I was going to quote Rodney Dangerfield from when he gave his commencement speech in the 1980s blockbuster, Back to School. He said, "It's a jungle out there. You gotta look out for number 1, but don't step in number 2. Thank you. Good night."
Thank you. Ms. Burgess is back. You're going to see her a lot. To help present our Good Citizenship Awards. These awards are presented to 2 8th graders who have been nominated by faculty, then voted on by the entire middle school faculty. They must demonstrate the following qualities: dependability, reliability, dedication to and interest in helping the members of the school community, a commitment to the MPA way, being kind, and doing their best. This year's recipients are Lillian Granville and Mia Martorino. Then a full faculty vote, and recognize 2 8th grade students who regularly and consistently contribute to our program with their active and positive involvement in school activities. These students help to make Morgan Park Academy's middle school a more vibrant, lively, and friendly place. This year's Principal Spirit Award winners are Jada Berrien and Alec Miller.
My baby.
The Service Award is also chosen by nominations and then votes from middle school faculty, based on evidence of clear interest in service, follow through on their volunteer commitments, and enthusiasm for changing our world one service project at a time. This year's Service Award goes to Charlie Dates. Daniel, I'm going to take you with me everywhere I go. He is the ultimate hype man. I don't know if you can hear him. Everything I say, he's like, all right. All right. The following awards recognize the top 2 scholastic averages in each grade. Award recipients, listen carefully. I'd like all 6 of you to come forward to receive your award and remain up here by the podium until the whole group, 6th and 7th and 8th grade, is assembled. You can clap for each individual, though. I won't make you wait. For 6th grade, earning the 2nd highest academic average, Addison Parker. She's on her way. And then stay up here, okay? The 6th grade highest academic average goes to Francesca Popkin-Winecki. For 7th grade, earning the 2nd highest academic average, Drew Yelverton. And the 7th grade highest academic average goes to Winston Leonard. This is a surprise face. Our 8th grade second highest academic average is Charlie Dates. And our 8th grade highest academic average is John Kutsubas. Thank you. Congratulations. Good job. Again, all faculty and staff may nominate students for the next award. Then once we've collected nominations, the entire faculty votes on the recipient. The Henry Kennedy Award is presented to the 8th grade student whose record of service, courtesy, and consideration of others best exemplifies Mr. Kennedy's life. A local resident who joined our Board of Trustees as an older man, Mr. Kennedy was dedicated to serving the community. He was generous of spirit and devoted his time and talents to helping others. A tree in front of Hanson Hall is dedicated to his life, and his legacy continues on in the lives of students who strive daily to make this campus and the world at large a better place. This year's recipient is John Kutsubas. I will invite Mrs. Shepard back to help with the presentation of the Stephen Kling Award. Stephen Kling began his career at Morgan Park Military Academy in 1940 as a recruiter. He was a highly respected teacher in our lower school and later served as an administrator. He weathered the transition to co-educational day school in 1958 and retired in 1960. The Kling Award recognizes the 8th grade student whose record of leadership, scholarship, and citizenship best exemplifies our mission. Eligible students are in the top 20% of the class academically, and then the award winner is selected by a vote of the faculty and administration. This year's recipient is Mackenzie Olimine. Congratulations, award winners. I'm going to invite all of you to tuck your hardware under your seat. And now, the moment all of our 8th graders and their families have been so patiently waiting for, the presentation of the diplomas. Summer has been with us since the 1st grade and remembers her shadow day in Miss Miscelonis' class as her earliest MPA memory. She's loved participating in annual service days and is especially proud of her academic accomplishments. Summer's love of conversation was a gift to the community. She always made space for others, ensuring no one felt left out, which was on display Saturday night at the dinner dance when she invited others to join in a dance battle. I didn't want to embarrass them though, so I did not. According to Senora Harris, Summer's vibrant personality carried over into her learning, making every class more lively and engaging. Mrs. Cleveland admires the confidence Summer brings wherever she goes, whether traveling the world or speaking up in class. Mr. Ellis describes her as a happy, fun addition to this class, always ready to bring her energy at any moment. Summer's joyful spirit and inclusive heart have left a lasting impact on the MPA community. We can't wait to see all the places she will go. Summer Bell. Whether she's telling a great story or enjoying a good laugh, Jada's positive energy is a gift to her classmates and her faculty alike. She has been a part of the MPA family since 1st grade and over the years has made a lasting impression. Her list of favorite teachers is rather long but well earned. Mrs. Gray, Mrs. Ferguson, Ms. Burley, Mrs. Arnold, Senora Ortiz, Mr. Qualls, Ms. Burgess, Ms. McAllister, and Mrs. Coakley. Each one played a role in her journey, and Jada has never taken those connections for granted. She shares that her favorite moments at MPA have been laughing with friends, engaging in discussions in English class, and finding ways to express herself. Mrs. Cleveland highlights Jada's diligence and thoughtful approach to learning, and Mr. Ellis says Jada leads by example and knows how to keep her peers in check in the best possible way. I am certain that Jada's blend of kindness, dedication, and strength will take her far. Jada Varian. Nevaeh is the kind of student who radiates quiet strength and compassion in every setting. Her presence makes the MPA community warmer and more connected. She joined Morgan Park Academy in 5th grade and shares that she is proud of her academic achievements throughout her time here, a reflection of her steady effort and determination. Favorite teachers are Mr. Qualls and Mrs. Cleveland, both of whom have made a meaningful impact on her learning. Mrs. Drown notes that Nevaeh is kind and supportive, always checking in on others and making sure no one is left behind. Senora Harris describes her as self-aware and driven. Mr. Qualls praises her maturity and grace in how she supports her classmates, while Ms. Burgess highlights Nevaeh's growth and her strong work ethic. Nevaeh's care for others, her thoughtfulness, and her steady determination will carry her far. We wish her continued success and joy in all that lies ahead. Nevaeh Blackman. Tristan started at MPA in 8th grade, but you wouldn't know it from the friendships he's built and the mark he's made on our community. His favorite memory is the DC trip, and he counts Ms. Dorsey and Mrs. Cleveland among his favorite teachers for their warmth and their kindness. From day one, he impressed us with his respectful nature, his good humor, and his undeniable style. He is polite as he is fashionable and a true gentleman. Mr. Qualls applauds the way that Tristan has strengthened his math stamina and always arrives to class with a positive attitude. He also appreciates Tristan's taste in cologne. Mrs. Cleveland highlights his quiet confidence and thoughtfulness, both of which have made him a valued and steady presence in her classroom. Mr. Ellis agrees, saying he is quiet and smooth, an awesome addition to this class. His charm, calm energy, and respectful presence have left a lasting impact. Tristan Bracy. Willem joined MPA in 4th grade in Mrs. Arnold's class and quickly became known for his love of basketball, his sharp sense of humor, and his strong opinions, especially when it comes to one NBA legend in particular. When asked about a favorite teacher, he picked Mr. Qualls because, I quote, "He's a cool dude." Mr. Ellis captures Willem's personality in 2 words, LeBron James. As a fellow Clevelander, Mrs. Coakley is fully on board with the LeBron fandom. She also highlights his strengths as a traveler, easygoing, flexible, and always up for a new experience. Mrs. Cleveland has worked with Willem for 4 years and consistently admires his ability to absorb knowledge and think deeply about what he learns. While his silly side is never far beneath the surface, it's his thoughtful insights and his curious nature that elevate the experience for everyone around him. Your mix of humor, intellect, and passion will serve you well in whatever lies ahead. Willem Brown. Simone has been with us since pre-K3 and treasures the many memories from all of the global trips. She is proud of her NJHS induction and says she matured tenfold in middle school. Her future goals are quite simply put to be the best in both academics and athletics. Mrs. Drown highlights her impressive science mind, noting how Simone carefully thinks through her responses and makes meaningful connections to prior learning. Her curiosity is intentional, grounded in a strong foundation. Senora Harris praises Simone's natural ability in Spanish, recognizing her aptitude for language. Mr. Qualls marvels at her athletic skill, calling her million-dollar talent worthy of professional athletics. I have had the joy of watching Simone's growth since lower school and always appreciate her warm and consistent greetings. Simone, your steady determination, powerful talents, and kind heart are a gift to every community you join. We can't wait to see you take the world by storm. Simone Craig. Ava Crespo is a young lady with a strong determination to understand new concepts. Her kindness and consideration for others shine through in everything she does. Ms. McAllister notes Ava's dedication to learning and her gentle nature toward her classmates. Senora Harris appreciates how Ava makes meaningful connections with many concepts in class, deepening her understanding. Mr. Qualls describes her as a loving and charismatic person who is both respectful and kind. Mrs. Cleveland reflects on watching Ava grow from 5th grade through middle school. She says Ava is bright but doesn't seek attention for it. Instead, she gently cares for those around her. Mr. Ellis predicts her bright future, saying, "The world will be a better place when Ava becomes president." Ava, your thoughtful heart, steady determination, and caring spirit will take you far. Ava Crespo. Charlie has been a part of our community since pre-K and has been gracing our stage ever since. Most recently, he stunned audiences as the title character in SpongeBob the Musical, despite having never seen the show. Charlie shares that his favorite teachers are Mrs. Ferguson and Mrs. Cleveland. Mrs. Drown praises his love of learning and his generous spirit. Mrs. McAllister says he is kind and conscientious. Senora Harris highlights his leadership in Spanish class, and Mrs. Cleveland cherishes their mature and worldly conversations, especially hearing about Charlie's travels around the country and around the world. Mr. Ellis adds that Charlie is a music man with numerous gifts, always willing to share those talents and lift those around him. Personally, I have always admired Charlie's perpetual politeness. He is the consummate gentleman. Charlie, your kindness and your servant leadership will continue to open doors for you. We look forward to all of the ways you will bless those lucky enough to cross your path. Charlie Dates. Isabella joined MPA in 6th grade and has been a conscientious presence ever since. Her favorite teacher is Mrs. Cleveland, who she says has always been helpful and supportive. Isabella takes great pride in her induction to NJHS and maintaining strong grades, an amazing feat alongside a rigorous gymnastics schedule. I love talking with Isabella about gymnastics because she balances so well her student and athlete roles with impressive focus. Mrs. Drown describes her as a natural helper who genuinely desires to lift others up, while Mrs. McAllister notes her hardworking nature. Senora Harris recognizes her solid grasp of Spanish, and Mrs. Cleveland shares that Isabella has been goal-oriented and calm under pressure, excelling academically and in her extracurriculars. Mr. Ellis adds that she is always cool and composed. And here's his joke, you ready? She wouldn't flip unless it's a weekend tournament. Flip. She's a gymnast. Her focused attitude is contagious. We are excited to see all she accomplishes in the years ahead. Isabella Davis. Morgan often points out the overlooked solution, bringing clarity and insight to situations. I've enjoyed watching Morgan's fun personality shine through. She has a lot of passion for everything, from her grades to her friendships, to doing the right thing, to her wardrobe. Senora Harris also admires her lively spirit and enthusiasm. Morgan has been a part of the MPA community since 4th grade when she was in Mrs. Arnold's class. Over the years, she has grown into a confident, passionate leader. She shares that her favorite teacher is Ms. Burgess because she's a great teacher who isn't afraid to talk about important issues with her students. Mr. Qualls notes Morgan's strong will, especially in math, and Ms. Coakley describes her as a loyal and helpful friend, ever ready to support those around her. Mr. Ellis appreciates her ability to keep classmates focused in music class adding, "Watch out, marketing world, here she comes." Morgan, your honesty, dedication, and leadership make you a force to be reckoned with. Morgan Dixon. Lillian has been a part of this class since kindergarten, and her thoughtful, grounded presence has made a lasting impression on classmates and teachers alike. She names Mrs. Cleveland and Mr. Qualls among her favorite teachers, and represented MPA with distinction at the 19th Ward Leadership Breakfast. Just one more example of her natural poise and maturity. Dr. Zhao describes her as independent and ever ready to help others, often stepping into an older sister role in Mandarin class without hesitation. Mrs. Coakley admires her reliability and the way she consistently brings a warm, positive energy. Mr. Ellis points out that while she enjoys having fun, she remains a true learner at heart. Mrs. Cleveland fondly recalls sitting with her at the old spaghetti factory in St. Louis, where her good nature and quiet support of others stood out. We've always admired her unwavering integrity and the steady and kind leadership she brings to everything she does. Lillian Granville. William joined MPA in the 7th grade and quickly made his mark with both his academic achievements and his talent on the soccer field. He names Mr. Qualls and Senora Harris as two favorite teachers, mentors who have both challenged and supported him along the way. William is a fantastic artist whose talent shines through in the amazing sketches he adds to the margins of science papers. His creativity makes Mrs. Drown wish she had included more opportunities for drawings in science class. Senora Harris remembers his enthusiasm and leadership during the Hispanic Heritage Month Assembly, and Mr. Ellis appreciates him as a great dancer and athlete, noting his old school vibe. Mrs. Cleveland has been impressed by his friendliness and his eagerness to greet everyone, always ready to shout, "Hello, Mrs. Cleveland!" across Jones Bowl. I enjoyed traveling with William to DC. He is personable, easygoing, and kind to peers and adults alike. William, your artistry, your leadership, and your warm spirit make you a valued member of this class. William Harris. Amira Jones has shown tremendous growth since lower school and is deeply committed to her friends. Senora Harris loves seeing her fun-loving spirit, especially when she is focused and engaged in her work. Mrs. Coakley has enjoyed coaching Amira, who she says brings a positive, competitive attitude and never fails to cheer on and lift up her teammates. Mr. Ellis admires her as a great all-around athlete and low-key, the funniest student, dominating both the volleyball court and scoring a hat trick in soccer. Mrs. Cleveland loves Amira's bold personality and contagious laughter. Watching her take on life's challenges in stride has been a joy. Her favorite memories with Amira are from their travels to St. Louis. Amira, your positivity, your athleticism, and your warmth brighten every room you enter. We wish you the very best. Amira Jones. Okay. John joined us in 7th grade. He dreams of becoming an engineer for NASA after first pursuing a career in Major League Baseball. John willingly takes on extra work to deepen his learning while also being patient and supportive of his peers, according to Mrs. McAllister. His smooth transition from French to Spanish and his consistent high performance in language class have impressed Senora Harris. Mr. Qualls enjoys their lively conversation about MLB teams like the Cubs, the White Sox, and my favorite, the New York Yankees. Ms. Burgess has noted John's quick thinking and deep connections, along with significant growth in his writing. Mr. Ellis describes John as a rock star and super athlete with diverse passions ranging from Metallica and guitar to baseball and theater, truly a man for all seasons. Ms. Block shares that John's love for art shines through his dedication, his technical skill, and his original art pieces, which made him stand out in her class. John Kutsubis. Mia has been with us since kindergarten and treasures her annual picture with friends on the bench during the service day walkathon. Her advice to future middle schoolers, stay confident and focused. Oh, and don't forget to stay out of drama. Drama, the thing, not the class. Mrs. McAllister shares that she is kind and considerate to others and works well in group settings by being both attentive and open to others' ideas. Senora Harris notes that Mia is a well-rounded student who genuinely enjoys her learning and building relationships with classmates and teachers. Mrs. Cleveland says she has had the privilege of watching Mia grow up right before her very eyes. She is always impressed by her confidence on stage and notes that she manages her schoolwork and a busy dance schedule with grace. Mr. Ellis calls her a great friend and amazing performer who will chop to the top in whatever she pursues. Mia Martorena. Zealand has been at MPA since kindergarten and offers future students one simple but important piece of advice. Always eat your breakfast. He aspires to be an engineer someday, and he is clearly already on that path. Zealand has been working hard to improve his written work, making sure his ideas are communicated clearly and effectively. His strong scientific mind allows him to connect concepts he has learned before, deepening his understanding. Mrs. Drown appreciates his dedication to his learning and his thoughtful approach to science. Zealand has a great sense of humor that often surprises his teachers. Mr. Qualls noted that his wit adds a delightful spark to the classroom environment. Mrs. Coakley sees him a budding scientist and inventor. Mrs. Cleveland notes that he is a young man of few words, but that his words carry wit and wisdom. Mr. Ellis describes him as quiet and funny, someone who makes the class a better place by adding the fun. Zealand McGruder. Aiden has also been with us since kindergarten and fondly recalls making friends with Zealand early on. He cherishes memories of his first grade teacher, Mrs. Gray, who he says helped to make every day better. His favorite middle school moments have all revolved around athletics. Aiden is open-minded and friendly. His infectious presence connects with others in a truly charismatic way. In addition to being a strong participant in class, Aiden shines as an athlete. Mr. Qualls admires Aiden's charismatic way of reaching out and connecting with others. Mrs. Coakley appreciates his solid participation in class alongside those academic talents. Mrs. Cleveland reflects proudly on Aiden's academic growth into a mature young man, and Mr. Ellis calls him a fun classmate and kind-hearted soul, truly an all-around good person. Aiden would like to thank his family and his friends for their impact on his life. Aiden Mills. Time for ninth period. Addison joined us in the 7th grade and names Mr. Qualls as a favorite teacher because he is both funny and understanding. She is proud of the way she has grown and improved in her time in middle school. She's grown tremendously in confidence this past year. Her cordial and respectful nature shines through in her cheerful morning greetings and the chats we had on the DC trip. She's come a long way from the rather embarrassed 7th grader who had to spend part of her morning with me after her purse chain got stuck in a chair in the theater, which required the assistance and tools of Mr. Mike from Buildings and Grounds. What an introduction to middle school. Senora Harris has noticed Addison's impressive progress and encourages her to keep taking risks. Ms. Coakley appreciates Addison's positive energy and skill on the soccer field. Mrs. Cleveland values her kindness and respectfulness in class, noting her steady growth over the last 2 years. Mr. Ellis highlights Addison's musical talent and her dancing, praising her ability to know when to observe and when to take charge and lead. Addison Mosley. Alex started at MPA in kindergarten, took a few years away from us, then happily returned. He has a long list of favorite teachers, reflecting his involvement in many activities outside of class. Alec looks forward to pursuing future aspirations as both a comedian and an engineer. A bright and engaged student, Alec approaches learning with enthusiasm and care. His clear communication skills and willingness to lead and support peers stand out, as Dr. Zhao has observed. His sharp sense of humor and thoughtful contributions bring depth to in-class discussions, noted by Mrs. McAllister. Ms. Burgess has witnessed remarkable growth in his English skills, a true reflection of his hard work. Mr. Ellis highlights his happy, fun-hearted, focused nature, calling him the tuxedo t-shirt of students. I have truly enjoyed watching Alec's dedication and positive spirit during his time at MPA. Alec, your curiosity, kindness, and perseverance will continue to take you far. Alec Murray. John joined this class in the 3rd grade and has cherished simple joys like playing frisbee at recess and playing cards with friends. He is especially proud of his growth in math, and with good reason. John is a student who consistently brightens the classroom with his positive attitude and his active participation. Dr. Zhao appreciates his influence among peers and his constant engagement. I've seen John's true devotion to history firsthand. He made amazing connections and discoveries during our trip to DC that really stood out. Mr. Qualls admires him for always standing up for what is right and never compromising his values. Bringing great insight to history class, John works just as hard outside the classroom as he does inside, a dedication Mrs. Coakley has noticed and values. Mr. Ellis fondly recalls John's exceptional performance as Gary in SpongeBob, Meow, and his appreciation for old classic music. John Meadows. Mackenzie has been a part of our community since pre-K3. She shares that Mr. Sola, Mr. Qualls, and Ms. Rue are among her favorite teachers. Mackenzie is proud to have been selected for NJHS and has loved all of the trips she's experienced in middle school. Her positive attitude and polite nature have always stood out in class, consistently putting forth her best effort and striving for excellence. Mrs. McAllister sees Mackenzie's strong drive to improve and her dedication to doing her best. Artistic talent shines not only in art class, but also in her Spanish assignments, noticed by Senora Harris. Mackenzie isn't afraid to speak up when others hesitate, a quality admired by Ms. Burgess. In art class, Ms. Block has observed remarkable creativity and expressiveness, noting Mackenzie's bold use of color and form, inspiring her peers. Mackenzie, your kindness, your creativity, and your determination will take you far. Mackenzie Eliminate. Wage joined us in 8th grade and quickly made his mark. Whether spending time with friends or exploring Washington, D.C., Wage embraced every opportunity this year. I've seen him approach every challenge with earnestness and a strong foundation. He picks up new concepts quickly and is always ready to support classmates. What stands out most to his teachers is his flexibility and his willingness to put the needs of others above his own. Mrs. Drown notes his quick learning and supportive nature, which have been a great addition to this class. Ms. Burgess is impressed with Wage's writing, noting, "What a writer, wow. I'm amazed by his drive to improve, his openness to feedback, and his application of it. I can't wait to see what he accomplishes with this talent." Mr. Ellis sums it up well, calling Wage a true scholar who also shines as a musician and a writer. Wage Rahman. Kenja came to MPA in 1st grade and has been sharing his creativity, uniqueness, and humor with us ever since. He names Mrs. Ferguson and Mrs. Cleveland as 2 of his favorite teachers and offers some sound advice to future middle school students. Do not do anything goofy in front of Ms. Dorsey. I think we're all going to require that story later on. Ms. Block says that Kenja is an imaginative artist with exceptional skill and a conceptual approach to projects. He imbues his artwork with deep meaning, no matter how simple or complex the assignment. Mrs. Cleveland reflects on his kind and thoughtful nature and appreciates the conversations they have shared. Mr. Ellis calls him a good-hearted guy who's fun to have around and someone who brings a rare mix of playfulness, irony, and purpose to everything he does. Kemja's unique blend of humor and dedication make him a cherished member of our community. Kemja Salih. Ethan has been a part of MPA since pre-K, and throughout the years has built strong bonds with many teachers, counting Ms. Miscelonis, Mrs. Gray, Mrs. Cleveland, and Mr. Qualls among his favorites. When asked about his future plans, Ethan replied, and I quote, "A magician never reveals his secrets." The remarkable progress Ethan has made is something Ms. Burgess often highlights, noting his hard work and dedication both in and out of the classroom. In history class, Mrs. Coakley sees him making insightful connections and showing a strong understanding of the material. Mrs. Cleveland fondly recalls moments from many years together and admires Ethan's resilience and dedication, and Mr. Ellis appreciates his strong sense of justice. Ethan, I have personally enjoyed watching your resilience shine through these years. All of us look forward to seeing the great things you will accomplish. Ethan Sanders. Roman joined MPA in 6th grade and quickly became a respected leader among his peers. He shares that his favorite teachers are Ms. Burgess and Mrs. Coakley, and he already has his sights set on studying neurology someday, though preferably in a warmer climate. Mrs. Drown describes Roman as a standout student who grasps material quickly and explains it to peers with impressive patience and razor-sharp clarity. Mrs. McAllister noted that Roman is often the first to encourage focus in class, ever ready to support others with his insight. Senora Harris praises his smooth transition from French to Spanish and his readiness to lead. Ms. Burgess appreciates his deep thinking and how he engages with big ideas to better understand the world. Mr. Ellis calls Roman both well-rounded and versatile, equally at ease presenting a thesis at a black tie event or playing outdoors, and always with kindness and humility. Roman, your thoughtful leadership and intellectual curiosity make you a true role model in our community. Roman Smith. Janelle has grown so much this year, and it has been a joy to watch her thoughtful and introspective nature blossom. She joined MPA as an 8th grader and recalls that I was the very first person she met. Her first memory here is hearing me talk about my favorite subject, middle school. Janelle shares that one of her favorite experiences this year was being on the soccer team and offers this advice to future 8th graders. Keep your head up and don't focus on the wrong things. Mr. Qualls shares that Janelle made great strides in math through consistent effort and a growing work ethic. Ms. Burgess notes that her sense of humor adds fun and frivolity to the classroom while she continues to grow academically. Mrs. Cleveland highlights her infectious curiosity in science, especially her interest in genetics and the insightful questions she brings to class. I have truly valued Janelle's presence this year and look forward to seeing all that she accomplishes. Janelle Stevens. Addison joined us in pre-K3. Her favorite teacher is her first grade teacher, Mrs. Gray, who made learning fun. She loves our annual Service Day Walkathon and is proud of consistently earning honor roll. Addison has shown tremendous focus and growth this year. Mrs. Drown observes her positive attitude and readiness to take risks, which have driven her impressive progress. Ms. Burgess is proud of Addison's commitment this year, highlighting how her diligence has consistently paid off. Senora Harris admires how she encourages others to care about their learning as much as she does, emphasizing the power of peer accountability. From my perspective, Addison earned the title of Junior Chaperone on our DC trip thanks to her dependability and strong leadership among her peers. We deputized her on the spot. Looking ahead, Addison aspires to attend law school and become a judge. Addison Terrell. Nene has been a part of our community since pre-K, and in that time has grown into a young woman of kindness, strength, and insight. She loved the global education trips, especially Nature's Classroom, which proved that phone-free time could still be fun. She also loved our visit to DC. She's learned that it's okay to ask for help, and in doing so has modeled courage and openness for her peers. Nene is always willing to befriend anyone and loves connecting with teachers and classmates alike. Senora Harris admires her ability to hold thoughtful conversations with everyone around her, while Mrs. Cleveland counted on her as a dependable and proactive presence in the classroom and beyond, noting that Nene is often the first to help clean up after games and events without ever having been asked. Ms. Burgess remembers her as a great traveler who brings energy, helpfulness, and fun to every experience. Nehemiah Turner. Last row, do me a quick favor and check your chairs. Some of the chairs just got knocked a little by the wind. I don't want someone to be off the edge. Kellen has been at MPA since 6th grade and has loved our global trips, especially St. Louis. His future plans involve becoming a pilot, so he will get to feed that love for travel. He is proud of his growth, especially his increasing independence. His practical advice to future middle school students is to use their studies wisely. A quiet helper, Kellen is always ready to lend a hand, whether holding a door or helping carry supplies. I've appreciated his steady presence, and he's given up his recess time more than once to help me out when he saw that I needed it. Mrs. Coakley enjoys their conversations about flight and has noticed how much his writing and class engagement have grown. In math, Mr. Qualls has seen him develop more confidence and independence. Mrs. Cleveland reflects on his transition since 6th grade, calling his progress nothing short of remarkable. Mr. Ellis points out that while Kellen is calm and peaceful in class, he becomes fiercely competitive on the court and the track, pushing himself to succeed in every setting. Kellen Tyler. Chloe joined MPA in 7th grade and quickly became a standout both in the classroom and on the court. She names Mrs. McAllister and Coach Gina among her favorite teachers and says that being inducted into NJHS was one of her proudest moments. Her advice to future middle schoolers: be nice to everyone, make lots of friends. Whether she's leading in sports or contributing to class discussions, Chloe gives her all with enthusiasm and heart. Mrs. Drown says she will never forget watching her at a 6th grade volleyball game where she continually reassured and cheered on all of the younger players, an unforgettable example of her leadership and her compassion. Mrs. McAllister praises her humor, her teamwork, and drive to succeed, while Senora Harris remembers how easily Chloe built connections when she first arrived, showing warmth and genuine curiosity. Chloe hopes to become a surgeon one day, maybe specializing in pediatrics. With her intellect, determination, and heart, there is no doubt she will achieve incredible things. Chloe Walker. Honored guests, thank you for joining us for this very important milestone in these young people's lives. Students, I'm going to invite you to gather your hardware. Anything you set down, now is the time to grab it. Guests, please know I am personally grateful for your involvement in your students' education and your partnership with Morgan Park Academy. This class has more than just survived middle school, they thrived. This class has proven time and again to be fierce competitors both in the classroom and on the athletic field. They've shown themselves to be leaders on stage and behind the scenes. Students, you are not only reliable and diligent students, loyal friends, strong-willed scholars, and true leaders, but you are also thankfully devoted to justice and committed to creating the kind of world I want to live in. We cannot wait to see what your future holds. Audience, we ask that you remain seated until the class has exited the stage. Our students will be glad to greet their guests in a receiving line on the semicircular walkway right back here at the north end of Jones Bowl. And now, I proudly present the 2025 Morgan Park Academy 8th grade class.